to Market Sam After Work. Today I've got this new scope to present to you. It's a scope you've actually seen me use. I haven't done a review on it. I was waiting for a release date. This is about to be released and that's on the 25th of this month. And what is it? Well, it's an ARKEN Optics. It's the EP-5 Gen 2 5 to 25 by 56 scope, and it's about to be released the 25th of this month. So I suppose, what is it? To start off with, I'm sure most of you know the ARKEN Optics. It hit the market with a fair bit of noise not that long ago, and an American scope company using a Chinese manufacturer to produce a very good bang for the buck. Known for its ruggedness and how well it was built, and known for being accurate in its tracking, and very good value for money. That's, I suppose, what I knew about it. Some outlandish claims made by some of the spruikers, the people, I suppose spruikers, influencers, whatever you're going to say. And generally, I think people got the understanding of it. It was good bang for the buck, wasn't? Well, they're not trying to be the $5,000, $7,000 scopes. They're not trying to be those sort of stuff. They're trying to be a good value for money using a Chinese manufacturer. That was the scope. That was a scope company. Lots of people have bought them, no doubt. I see quite a few comments from them, and people seem to be pretty positive about them. So, what can I tell you? Well, I can't tell you about those scopes there because I didn't get to use any of the other scopes, any of the ones prior to this. This is the Gen 2 in the EP-5, and it's the first of the 5x25 in that sort of stuff, in these sizes. What I know about it, what they've told me they've upgraded on it, it's got Japanese XED Glass. They have worked on the optical path, and they put a new reticle in it. Well, a new reticle. They've got the 2/10 markings, 2/10 mil markings in the reticle the choice of reticle that you can also get in the Gen 2 in the 7 to 35, so same reticle as that, but that's been upgraded into the 5x25. I'd have to say 5x25 is probably my, I don't know if I'd say favorite. It's the utilitarian power ranges for ELR scope, precision scope, in all sorts of stuff. You really need more than 25. Sometimes you can use it, most times you can't, but you really need more than 25. And just the 5x, so 5 to 25, so just 5 times multiplication in there, is nice. That gives you a good range, and you don't overwork your optical path in any direction. You don't get a reticle that's too small. It's everything sort of works in the 5x25. So yeah, nice place, and happy to be looking at this sort of level. The XED glass obviously gives from the, I think, just ED glass or J-XED glass. I've forgotten the different choices of glass you can get. This is just a higher level, so less dispersion, less aberrations, less issues with the edges of the glass. So it's nicer glass, it's clearer, and it does a little better job of letting you see a little clearer. An optical path that basically done the same things, a little better in the way of field of view, so close edge to edge. A little more forgiving eyebox, it's a little more flexible and that sort of stuff. All things that, listen, it performed really well. It's right up there in, listen, a high mid-level scope, to be truthful. It's not tier 1, I'm not going to tell you that sort of stuff. It's not going to compete with the big dogs in all those qualities, but in usability, listen, it's still bit everything as well as a lot more quality can do as well. In the truth of it is how it performed. Now that's not low light, that's not poor conditions. That was decent light I was using in it. In the place that you'd normally go outside and do this sort of stuff with long range precision stuff, this did everything as good as I could ask of it. And I suppose tracking, no, I haven't done a tracking target to see how it all is, that sort of stuff. It's not really the stuff I have time for or how I do things. I prefer to do it the way I did with this scope. I set it up on a 6.5 PRC Ruger Precision factory rifle. I went out to shoot 2,000 yards with it. I simply bore sighted it. I checked it with a couple of shots at 600 yards, dialed in what it should take for 600 yards, was on that spot, it was within half an MOA of exactly where I'd expect, probably within 1 MOA, let's say. Conditions, that's all a little hard to know exactly, but the way it performed was in that sort of stuff. So the bore sight was, okay, that's good. and this dialed to where it's supposed to. Then I've dialed out to 2,000 yards. It was 1980 yards, and we're within about 3 meters of target. So to be honest, it could be a $10,000 scope, and with that process I'm not expecting to get any better. Then the dialing, adjusting from there, using that to, using where it was to where I had to go to, I was on target, and we're still out of 10 shots. Once we got on target, with all 10 shots, we got onto target and then hit that plate 5 times. The last 2 in a row were within a couple of inches each other. So listen, it performed as well as the best of them at that sort of level. The optical was good. Good conditions, night light conditions, not good shooting conditions with wind and all that sort of stuff, but everything did exactly as it's supposed to do. I found that, yeah, the eyebox is fairly flexible. I found the fast focus on the diopter was good to use, no problems there. Powering, it's probably a little bit firm, which is good. You're not going to knock it. In the warmer weather, it's a little bit easier. Probably a throw lever if you really want to whip it around. I'm really fine with using how I'm comfortable with. All the dials exactly like people speak, very positive on the clicks on the turrets. Like I said, nice and accurate how they worked. I haven't used the illuminated reticle, but yes, it has one. The 2/10 hash marks, yeah, that was all good on that sort of stuff. The parallax worked like it's supposed to, got in where it's properly focused, and the parallax was correct. So all that sort of stuff, listen, it functioned like it's supposed to. So I was very happy with it. And my thoughts on what I'm seeing in the ARKEN optics is certainly this is up there. I would say, if I haven't already said this video, that it is in a good, it's competing with scopes that are probably in some cases 50%, in some cases 100%, in some cases 200% more expensive than it. But it is what it is. It is a very nice, well put together scope that's very happy to use and great value for money. So I think it's definitely worthwhile an option. As I said previously, there is other things involved with scopes and where they're made and all that sort of stuff in, I suppose, patriotism and dollars and that sort of stuff. But it is very well put together for the price you're paying. It's a good piece of gear. So very happy to get it to have a play with and definitely worthwhile a consideration. Anyway, guys, that's what I can tell you on that score, on that at this moment. Thank you very much for checking in and having a look. Drop all your comments and thoughts below. I've no doubt a good half of you have got a ARKEN optics, and maybe the Gen 2 is exactly the bit that's going to take your Gen 1 and just take it to that extra level. But let us know. Anyway, guys, that's what I got for you on that one today. Thank you very much for checking in, and we'll catch you next time.